What's up, everybody? Hey, man, once again, welcome back to the channel. To all my subscribers, y'all already know I appreciate your viewership. Y'all are one of those ones. If this is your first time, man, welcome. Something must have caught your attention, and hopefully I can keep it. This is No Cap Fragrance Reviews, where I give it to you 100% of the time. I give it to you straight, no chaser, no cap, just like some of my testers. And as you've seen in the thumbnail, like I always say, leather, leather, and more leather. That's right, y'all. It's still in the midst of this winter time storm going on. People are in the teens and the negative wind chill factors and all that kind of stuff. It's goddamn cold, is what I'm saying. So, hey, whether you're cuddling inside, whether you're deciding to brave the elements, you know what I'm saying, you in an area where you used to snow, so it's like whatever, and you going out, these are some leather fragrances that's going to push you through this wintertime cold. Now, y'all know I just did the one with the tobacco. So tobacco and leather sometimes go hand in hand. So I'm trying to give y'all 10 that's not included in the tobacco ones. But hey, nothing goes better with leather than booze. So some of these will have a boozy accord. So just sit back and relax, man. Let me put y'all up on some game. Now, first one I have come in at number 10 is one a lot of y'all probably haven't heard of. No one talks about it. It's kind of a hidden gem in the rack stores. And I found it like a couple of years ago. And it is none other than Alfa Romeo's Alfa Romeo Black. This is a fragrance like car fragrances, Mercedes, Bentley, all that good stuff. Alfa Romeo, of course, is a luxury foreign car brand. Now, this scent right here surprised me. Like I said, you have some citrus up top, you have pink pepper, think it's some red apple accord, and some say pineapple, so there's a sweetness up top. And what really catches you is the leather here is Alcantara. If you're not familiar with that, that's that smooth leather that comes from, I can't think of the animal right now, but yeah, you got it's some expensive leather material that comes in like Lamborghinis and Alfa Romeos. So what this smells like is a newly purchased luxury vehicle that is freshly washed and someone has sprayed a little bit of citrus air freshener in there, and it just works, man. Like fresh, smooth, leathery, not animalic at all. It's just a nice fragrance, and it gives you at least 6 hours. Sometimes longer than that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't worn it in a while, but I look forward to wearing it in this winter time going on right now. So for $16.99 or something like that at Burlington or maybe even Ross, I will link it below because you can get it at the discount places also for around that same price. Alfa Romeo Black. Nice leather fragrance. All right. Coming in at number 9. This DNA, and I'm letting y'all know, this is going to be a mixture of designer, clone, niche fragrances. This is just my favorite leather fragrances that I wear right now, period. So it don't matter. I ain't one of the ones that just got to give you designer or just have to give you clones. They all of our fragrances, so we can mix and match them how we want. So we'll speak on the DNAs. And this DNA right here is of Homage Interlude Man. Now, this right here is Mooj Intimate, which is by Milestone, that you can find in your TJ Maxx or Marshalls. And when I tell you it gives you everything you're looking for in that DNA. Some people have complained about Interlude Man being overly beast mode, lasting too long, but this solves the problem because this one's going to give you 8 hours, you know what I'm saying, itself. But you don't need it lasting 12 until the next day. Everybody can't handle this scent profile like that. Like, what this gives you is black pepper. What I get from this, there's a few notes in here, but black pepper, amber, and that beautiful incense, that smokiness mixed with leather. Slightly animalic, but smooth. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. The first 20 minutes of this fragrance could choke you out. But after it starts to mellow out and smooth, you know, gets a little smoother, you're going to get compliments on this. People will ask you, man, what you got on? Because they ain't smelling this all the time. Everyone's not brave enough to wear this DNA. So trust me, not bad to go out and get this. $14.99 at Marshalls and everything. I'll link it, but probably at the websites, no less than $25 for that fragrance. And coming on right beside it, another milestone fragrance in the rack stores. This one, when I tell you, I smelled Tom Ford's Tuscan leather in Neiman Marcus the other day, and this smells identical. This is Milestone's Tuscany leather, and it's probably just like Fragrance World's Tuscany leather. Both of them have the same name, but this gives you that. This leather ain't gonna be for everybody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. A lot of people say this smells like cocaine. Never smelled cocaine before, but it definitely has a ethery type strong. There's some greenness in the top of this that very herbaceous, along with a little bit of raspberry, and that still has that smooth Tom Ford leather in there. But when I tell you this thing is beast mode, and I mean leather jacket, white t-shirt approved, it's a monster. It's a monster. I'm just telling you, perfect for this time of year. All right, now this one here has been my staple leather fragrance for about 3 years or so. When I got my hands on this, man, I just loved it. The smokiness, the rum, just that booziness mixed with the leather. And I think there's some tobacco in here too. But this is Dark Rebel Rider, y'all, by John Varvatos. If you've heard of this, I'm telling you, get your nose on it. Dark Rebel. Is it Rebel Rider or just Dark Rebel? I can't remember which one I got. It's Dark Rebel. Yeah, just Dark Rebel. The one with the barbed wire type stuff on it. Anyway, like I said, this is smoky. This is rum. This smells like out in a club. It has a little bit of citrus in the top. This thing just smells very, very nice, man. Yeah. Now, longevity, 5 hours. Spray this on like you mean it. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself 10 to 12 sprays of this, and you can push it to a good 7 hours. But if you're just going out to a cigar bar or something like that, you good. It's going to work. It's going to project good for the first hour and a half or so. So, yeah. I love that fragrance. I'm just saying. Now, this next one is kind of in the same vein as that. Kind of on the same, nuances. But this one is a tad sweeter. And a little more, what's the word? Maybe a little more greenness in here. Anyway, it's by Issey Miyake, and that's Nuit Dissy. This is the eau de toilette. They make an eau de parfum that's a little smoother, but this thing right here does the job. Gonna get you compliments. It doesn't really just smell like a leather fragrance. You can tell there's leather in there because it has that little sourness to it, but don't let that throw you off. There's nothing really off-putting about this. Smells good, man. It has an earthiness to it, maybe vetiver or something in here. But I tell you, this one works. Again, about the same longevity, 6 to 7 hours, but it smells amazing. All right, next up, a fragrance that I recently got in my collection that blew me out the water. This is a clone fragrance, but the DNA that is matching 90%. And this has a suede accord, not like the other ones. That smooth suede mixed with that apple, cardamom, booziness. Man, that is none other than this right here. This is Sapil Bound. This is a clone of Armani Code Profundo. That's one of them. Profumo. This works, man. 10 hours on a clone, like on the skin, like pushing, projecting for the first 2-3 hours. I'm close to calling it beast mode because that's what it does. Like, they gonna smell you. Sillage, wear it for date night, you're gonna get complimented. This could lead into panty dropper, all that stuff. I think it was on my panty dropper list because it's that guy. Trust me. Cheapity. Amazon or whatever, $25 or something. Don't sleep. It's a pill bound. All right. Coming in at number 4. I wasn't giving y'all the numbers, wasn't it? Anyway, coming in at number 4, we have a staple of, should be in any person's collection right now, from Salvatore Ferragamo. You have the original Uomo, and this is Uomo Signature. And I got to get a bigger bottle of it because this stuff rocks. This stuff is a Swiss Army knife, perfect for fall and winter. You can get away with it in springtime. Close encounters, date night, rock it. This is sweet. It's not the tiramisu. It still has that coffee in there, some vanillic sweetness. Man, this is good. I think it may be some rum in here. I know it smells boozy. If not, it definitely smells like it. I just love this fragrance. 8 hours. It's going to give you about 8 hours. And projection. Beautiful leather, not animalic at all. I want to say this may be a suede leather. It just says leather also, but it's not too far off from the leather that's in this one. Definitely beautiful. Now this next one, some people may be like, it ain't really leather, but it is considered a leather fragrance, and it's one of my favorite in this category, and that is none other than L'Homme Ideal EDP, coming in at number 3. A nice smooth leather with like some almond, plum, and I think it's tobacco also in here and everything. This thing all year round. Wear this all year round. Compliments. Hey, get the attraction you're looking for. Definitely gonna pull some attention. All you gotta do is look decent, and this will do the rest. You know what I'm saying? Don't say too much. Spray this on, smile, and watch what happens. GTD. All right, coming in at number 2. This one I've had, again, for maybe a month, and I smelled the DNA before I got my hands on this one. I was looking for the right one, the one that's been boasted the most, and that was this one. And it is from the DNA of Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomad, and this is Ombre Nouveau by Flavio, which is Armave Sterling. Yeah, it's Flavio though. Flavio Perfumes, and this thing here with that raspberry, with the oud, the woodiness, the saffron, it's a head turner. Like I said, I always tell people about this compliment right here. I had pulled up to the drive-through window, rolled my window down to pick up my food, and she looked at me and said, I don't know what you got coming out of there, but it smells like money. And that's it. That's all I need to be said. This is the one. If you ain't getting nothing else on this table, well, other than the number 1, this is the one you need to get. And the only thing that's beating this is because this is a discontinued fragrance that is gorgeous. I think it's discontinued. I don't know why they discontinuing all that good shit. Another one from Armani Code, and this is Armani Code Absolute, y'all. Best suede fragrance out there. This is magical. This is like some tonka maybe, some kind of sweetness up top, and the suede, the little bit of citrus. Oh man, I think there's green apple or something in here all I know is this gonna get her all up in your space. She gonna want this on her, so she gonna be on you. This one don't miss. This don't miss. This is the AR-15 of these fragrances. You spray enough times, it's gonna hit. I promise you. I promise you on that one, brother. All right, y'all. So this was my top 10 in my collection right now, leather fragrances. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. I hope y'all have been informed on something you may have been looking for. I appreciate your viewership once again. If you lasted this long, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man, and join the family. It's official. So until the next one, y'all know the vibes.